Hello and welcome to another episode. I am just going to bring up my PowerPoint so we have it to start with. And let's talk about the essence of nutrition in tea. And we're looking at part 3 here. And I'm very excited to share this with you. Just know that tea is always highlighted in my podcast and that we're developing more with the tea company to help share more with you. My resources, you can find them on Linktree, Dance Debut, and if you want to use the QR code, it's right there. So we are highlighting the Mission for Change CommuniTEA, to say that slowly. And over the last couple of episodes, we've created some really interesting relationships between the herbs. Today, I want to dive in a little bit further into some of the leaves. If this is of interest to you, and as we finish up, you want to order some tea or you'd like to donate to Stephen Moyo's Mission for Change, then these are the 2 QR codes that'll help you get where you need to go. And I'm always here to help you as well. Okay, so let's look at black currant leaves. This is a way for the energy that surrounds us, the vitality that we live with. And our wellness is supported by how much energy we keep within that field. One of the things I enjoy the most about Tai Chi is that it provides me with a way to build energy, store energy, and then have it whenever I need it. So I'm not going to be always depleting energy, collapsing on the couch, going to some foods that aren't really going to support me, but emotionally they might be supporting me. And so what I'm going to invite you to think about today is how when you're sipping the tea, it's actually going to build the energy and vitality on the outside of you. And people are going to notice that about you because as you come towards people, they're going to notice you before you arrive, which is really cool. And black currant leaves actually clear our field and they deflect negative situations. So this is a great thing to keep in mind when you are in a group that you have different conversations with, or you have hard subjects that you're going to have to talk about. Being able to keep some of those energies that might be coming your way that you really just don't want. It's also about how to speak your truth. And lots of times we know what our truth might be, but we still can't speak it with ease and grace. And so this is a way for us to actually start to be open, release the fears and anxieties around taking that initial action, and then being able to take the action. So the blackcurrant leaves and berries were once dried. They were put into a very fine powder, and then they were used to smudge a space or a home. And they would often sprinkle it just over the entrance. So this is a way that rituals can be set up for healing, peace, and communication ceremonies. Physically, blackcurrant supports circulation and heart function. So it has a role that it plays within blood flow, managing blood clots, lowering blood pressure, lowering cholesterol. So in the area of heart. And so just to keep in mind how much you support your own self-love and how you love and express to others. So I thought what we could do to bring the energy of the black currant in was to actually do something that's really great for the heart. And this is called parting bamboo. It comes from Tai Chi. I'm just going to step back. So I know it's a small picture, but you don't need too much. We're just going to cross the arms. We're going to turn the hands so the palms face out. And then the arms go out towards the front corners. Then you're just going to turn your thumbs down, take them behind you, and then scooch them back in. And this actually helps the heart to slow down, to relax, for the lungs to give us a deeper breath. And as we spiral our arms, we're opening and expanding the energy lines that come through the arms. So we have lung, large intestine, circulation, triple warmer, heart, small intestine. There we go. All right. And this little one is so beautiful for helping the blood to circulate through the body and also to gently work within the heart. And a lot of times we think we have to work the heart harder. Sometimes it's been working hard for us. This gives it a way to calm. So now you'll notice my hands are actually out in the biofield, sweeping through the biofield. And so if you think about clearing and deflecting, creating the energy and vitality, think about what your hands are doing as it's coming through the field. And this can really make a change for how your day goes. Okay, so that's black currant leaves, and that's us coming into connection with the leaves. So let's go from there to the blackberry leaves. This one, blackberries kick you into action. We'll use that phrase there. They're an inspiration for getting things done. So if you're one of those people who puts their hands into a lot of pots and then can't quite get everything back into order, or you just can't seem to take that first step to get started, and then once you're in there, you can get the job done, but you just can't seem to get that first thing done. Blackberry leaves might be something that could inspire you. It helps with when you're not inspired to move forward. Maybe you've got low energy, you're just kind of ambivalent about the whole day and maybe the project you're working on or the direction you want to go. The blackberry leaves will help you in the decision-making process and support you to provide change and inspiration. And it does this by bringing vitality of action into the forefront. It's a way of lifting you up. And the decision-making process actually does have to do with the small intestine. So we were talking about the heart when we were thinking about black currant. And heart and small intestine are both in the fire element. And the small intestine, when it's happy, helps us with making our decisions quickly and efficiently. And when the small intestine's not, the whole system's not functioning as it would like to be, then we have a harder time making those decisions or even coming to decision. So blackberry leaves could be very helpful in this process. On a physical level, the blackberry plant is good for vitamin C, iron, tannins, as well as antioxidants. And people have been known to use blackberry leaves for diarrhea, regulating the menses, and for anemia. So we're back into blood again. So you can see this relationship that goes back and forth between these two herbs. So what I invite you to do for this one, just to tune into the energy of the blackberry leaves, is we're going to tap the chi. I'm going to stand up again. You could do this seated, but just so you can see, I'm just going to tap firm pressure, and I'm just going to go all over, and I'm going to come down the chest, down the legs, all the way to the feet. And then we can get a little bit on the back side, so reach where you can, and then go down the back of the legs as well. Now what you may notice is you just kind of feel like you just came to life. And if you think about what it feels like, it's kind of like the energy is lifting off of you. This is a great way to just get the chi to start to flow if you're not doing anything else. But it's a good 2-minute break, especially if you're in a lot of meetings or you've been working on a project, you've been sitting a lot, just to stand up and do that. And again, you could do it seated if you wanted. All right, so now let's look at the relationship between these two herbs, because we have talked about through the series so far that these herbs don't act on their own. They actually act together. Just how we try to connect with other people, collaborate, find the way that we fit, these herbs do the same kind of things. How do we work together? How do we advance? So as we look at the opportunity to expand our energy and vitality, if you take these two leaves plus strawberry leaves, they provide a way for energy to grow and expand. And when we feel supported and loved, we are confident in who we are. We will engage with others easily and openly. And in times of challenge, maybe somebody's put you down, there's been some judgments go on, these leaves can actually lift us out of that mundane center into a higher connection for the greater good. And sometimes we really have to do that in order to get away from those areas where we're not supported the way we should be. So these herbs connect us with nourishment, circulation, healthy blood. So we talked about that. And moving with integrity and compassion. We're assisting the heart, the lungs, and the digestion to be empowered. So what I'm going to invite you to do now is hold the fingers so that the fingertips all go together. And we're going to put that in 3 positions. And this is another great way to balance. In a previous episode, I had done the connection of the 3 burners. This is similar to that, but a little bit different. So I'm just going to stand up again so you can see me. So I'm putting my fingers together, fingertips together, in front of the belly button. And because I'm standing, my body kind of sinks when it's happy. So alignment is there. And when I've had enough of something, my body just moves. So if I'm adding a technique in, it gives me an indication when that's good, you can move to the next. So there's the belly button. So now I'm going to put the fingertips in front of the heart center. And I'm just going to take a nice deep breath. And there goes a little bit of movement. So now I'm going to take the fingertips up to third eye or in front of the brow. This is where we get our intuition. And because we're connecting in with the herbs, it's a great way for us to actually start really listening to our intuition. Just moving around a little bit. There we go. All right. So that brings us a connection of 5 elements in front of the belly button, being at our heart center. And the last one is being open to ideas and inspirations. Might come from others, but could come from ourselves. Okay. Why are we choosing this tea? The Mission for Change CommuniTEA tea was put together because when we're doing healing for ourselves, or maybe in support of other people, when we reach out to compassionately help others, it actually engages the innate healing process for ourselves. And when we reach out for others, there's this connection, this reason, this purpose, and it's so important. So we've updated you about the Moyo family as we've gone through the different episodes. You know that my sister Charlene Waynes has been loving and enjoying the Moyo family for the last 6 years. And we have a podcast that we release at the end of each month about how she engages in conversation with the family. It's all through texting. And how she's learned about the family, asking questions about things she doesn't know about, but then also being able to provide information by the resources that we have, or just ideas to help support. So in this last month, we were able to fundraise enough money for Grace Pad kits. The Grace Pad company went to the village and met with the family today. I am so excited to share that. And the family, all of the women in the family ended up with a Grace Pad kit to help with feminine hygiene. And this is something that they struggle with, makes it very difficult for the girls to go to school and to engage in work. And this is going to be a very empowering opportunity for them because these kits will last for 18 months. So these pictures were just released just a few hours ago, and this is a great time for us to celebrate how we're supporting the family by looking at the tea, engaging with the herbs, and bringing that tea into our everyday. And so if it's something that you think you'd like to do, 1, listen to the podcast that's going to get posted today as we share some of the pieces, and there'll be more pictures coming out. But 2, if there's a way that you'd like to support us, please purchase some tea, because every tea that gets purchased has an opportunity to help with some of the most basic things that you and I can take for granted. We have accomplished this one big goal, finally, towards something that isn't like food or security, but very important. And the next one that we're really setting our sights on is they need a home. They had the tsunami wipe out their home 2 years ago. And so they have been living in a very small space. There's 22 of them all together. As families have been orphaned, they come together, all the siblings and children come together. And so we're looking at building them a concrete home that would be able to withstand the rains and floods that took out their last home, which was made with mud bricks. So that's our next goal. So thank you for listening and learning more about the herbs. And I invite you again, if you want to order some tea, you've got the Cape Breton Tea Company. Also, you can reach out to Charlene Waynes on Facebook. You're always, I'm eager to talk to people, so reach out to me as well. And we've got the Stephen Moyo's Mission for Change fundraising campaign. You're very welcome to contribute there if there's something that you can help us with. And thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your cup of tea. I have right in my fingertips the Mission for Change Community Tea, and it's been leading the way today in some great projects. Thanks so much. Take care.